Alright guys, it is time for another exclusive. Alright, because you can't go 5 minutes on the interwebs without there being an exclusive to do with Liverpool Football Club. Now, this exclusive has been published on the Dave O.C. Cop website, right? Now, the Dave O.C. Cop website, as you can see here, has a lot of advertising, right? As you can see, look, right? And it can make reading the articles extremely difficult, right? You can see all these ads, right? And I can assure you when I turn this round to read that something will pop up and make the experience even more troublesome for the viewer. Now, in contrast, if we were to compare this to my website, Cop Talk, where I discuss this exclusive, you can see there's no advertising on here whatsoever, because that's not how we do things around here. And the reason that matters is that if you don't know the credibility of a website that you're maybe reading an exclusive on, you can judge it usually by the amount of advertising. That's what I do, right? If I visit a website I don't know anything about and there's adverts every fucking where, then it's very sus to me. I think, well, is it really news this, or are you just trying to drive traffic to generate revenue on your website? Whereas if you visit a website with little advertising, what's in it for the people that own the website or publish those articles? Do you get my drift? So always judge your website by the amount of advertising it has. That's what I do anyway. Now, I can't read the entire article out to you. I'm not actually going to read the article. What I'm going to do is summarize it. I'm going to go through what I published on coptalk.com. If you don't want to watch the video, go to coptalk.com and read the article about it. Now, what I've done is I've got the entire exclusive, submitted it to Dave, my AI assistant that's been trained to analyse football news articles, the journalists that write them, and the platforms, websites, newspapers, whatever, that publish them, push them on us, and he will give his take on it. So, basically, it's a new exclusive from Dave O.C. Cop, claiming that Liverpool held positive talks with Bournemouth last weekend over a possible January move for Semenyo. But much like their recent stories on that website, involving the likes of Adam Wharton, and Ousmane Diomande, this latest piece shows all the usual hallmarks of low-risk transfer speculation wrapped up in emotive language and filler. So Dave takes a look at this for us, right? Now, what the article claims, basically, is Liverpool have held positive talks with Bournemouth over Semenyo. A release clause of 60 million plus £5 million in add-ons becomes active in January. Semenyo prefers Liverpool as a destination. Manchester City and Spurs are also monitoring the player. Bournemouth GM Tim Bezbatchenko says the club won't stand in his way. And Semenyo's strong Premier League form, 6 goals, 3 assists in 12 games, makes him a low-risk signing for title-chasing Liverpool. I don't know if we're still title-chasing or not. I won't go down the negative route. So, exclusive content versus filler. Total word count in the article, around 570 words. Genuine new information, 70 to 80 words. Approximately 12 to 14% of the article you could say is new. Filler and recap content, around 490 to 500 words. Much of the article repeats themes from a Dave O.C. Cop tweet dated 15th of November, which already teased the talks. The rest is padded with background on Liverpool's 2025 signings, so words, Isak, Ekitike, stuff like that. Commentary on Liverpool's transfer strategy shift. Public quotes from Bournemouth's GM taken from a podcast. Hype language about Semenyo's quality, as Rafa Benitez would say, quality, and stats. So ITK language and hedging in the article. The piece is built around classic insider style phrasing, can exclusively reveal based on our understanding. It is believed. Only seems a matter of time. No names are provided for who spoke to whom, no agents, no quotes from either club. The reader is asked to take it all on trust based on Dave O.C. Cop's word alone. The get out clauses in the article, this is something that we always look for. Is if you ever read an exclusive or anyone making a claim, always look for the get out. Always got to look for the get out. Now, Dave has flagged these up. If Semenyo doesn't move in January, the release clause is cited as timing insurance. If he doesn't move to Liverpool, Manchester City and Spurs, we're monitoring too. If nothing happens at all, the clause only becomes active in January, so the claim wasn't wrong just early. It's all there, the parachute, the hedges and the lack of accountability. Where the info really comes from, well, the reported release clause amount, 60 million plus 5 million in add-ons, has been widely circulated online, as we know. And Tim Bezbatchenko's comments come from a public interview on the Business of Sport podcast. So Dave's final verdict: the article has all the flair of a well-crafted rumour, but lacks the foundation of a real scoop. There's no attribution, no local sourcing, and no concrete information that couldn't be pieced together from Semenyo's statistics, the podcast interview, and social media buzz. It follows the same playbook we've seen used repeatedly: big name, slightly plausible timing, emotional tone, and escape routes. It's no secret that Liverpool have an interest in Semenyo. His form, versatility, and Premier League experience make him a logical name to monitor, and that's easy for the ITKs to latch onto, as we've seen in recent weeks and months. But unless this latest exclusive is backed by a reputable Liverpool or Bournemouth source, it should be viewed for what it likely is: another speculative placeholder with just enough wiggle room to say "we told you so" later, or quietly ignored if nothing comes of it. So basically, it's an exclusive saying, "Oh, there's been positive talks and everything," but it's these exclusive. I don't think. When do you ever see an exclusive, right? When there's a player that is an obvious, Liverpool option, if you like. So that becomes easy for them, the ITKs, the Twitter twats, the content instigators, to write about a player that Liverpool would obviously be looking at. Have you noticed how it's always an exclusive of positive talks? They never say, "There was a meeting at the weekend, it was terrible, it was a fucking car crash." They never say that, do they? So it was positive, it's positive talks, because at the moment there's a lot of positive speculation and vibe around this one, isn't there? The journalists are all piggybacking on each other. The ITKs, the so-called ITKs on Twitter, don't really know what's happening. They're going with the logical stuff. Well, the journalists are saying it, so we'll talk. Well, it's positive talks. It was positive, but no, it's never. There was positive talks and a deal's been agreed and it's all signed, sealed, done. There's always that get-out clause. Do you know what I mean? If I was you, I'd go and read the original article, because that would be the fair thing to do. I'll just show you it one more time. You can Google this. Exclusive: Liverpool held positive talks with Bournemouth last weekend over Semenyo move, basically. And it is there if you want to still pause and go and read it for yourself. But you'll need a good ad blocker. And there's nothing really in here. And the reason that I review these things is that I've seen people saying, "Oh, I've heard that there was talks last weekend, Duncan, it was positive." Well, that's where the claims are coming from. And I would love that website, the author of that news article, to be, on the ball with it. But for me, it's just hedging. It's hedging, and it's what they all do. All right? That's where it came from. That's where those rumours are coming from, if you're hearing them regarding positive talks. If you enjoyed this video, please thumbs up the video. Please drop me a comment about the player. Well, it's obvious he's on Liverpool's radar and has been for a long time. Drop me a comment. That's the most important thing. You can support the channel by clicking on the love heart under the video. That's the super thanks. Thanks to those of you that do support me. Without that support, I wouldn't be able to do these videos. That's the truth. There's also links in the video description if you want to buy me a beer, my Revolut link, for example. But more importantly, I want to know what your take is on this Semenyo stuff. There's been a lot of stuff about it. There's a lot of these ITKs on social media trying to claim they were the first one to say this. It's pathetic. How old are these people? It's all very obvious stuff, and they always leave a get out. All right, guys, I'll leave it with you. Hopefully we'll catch up real soon. By the way, it's pissing down here now. Look, I didn't think it would make for a good background because it was so grey behind me, and once it blends in with my hair, you can't really see anything. All right, guys, take it easy. I'll speak to you real soon. All right.